of his own son. Be careful. Some people can go to any length, meaning that the blood of a goat was also speaking against his son. Let me continue reading. Then she handed to her son Jacob the tasty food and the bread she had made. He went to his father and said, "My father." "Yes, my son," he answered. "Who is it?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Please sit up and eat some of my game so that you may give me your blessing." You have to come in a tricky way to trick the dad, an old man. That's why you see some people, when they see some old men, the way they will treat them, they will trick old people without conscience. Why? Because they have hardened their hearts. Someone have killed an animal against them, the blood is speaking against them. They don't have the fear of God to deceive an old man. You will see, there was a video I watched. This old woman went to ATM to take money. This happened in UK, I think in London. Happened in the UK. As she brought the money, and this young girl pretended as if he wanted to help the woman. He took the money and ran away because the woman could not chase him. He couldn't run. Some people like taking advantage of old people, and which is very bad. It was somebody younger that saw the transaction or what transpired, and he had to chase that boss. Have to run after that boss. So what? Doing this to an old lady? There are people that don't care whether this person is old. They like taking advantage of old people. That's why we have to be very careful. We need God in our life. We need God to help us. Because those that don't have the fear of God, they can do the undo. They can do what you never expected them to do. If they don't have the fear of God, they have sold their soul to the devil. They have sold their mind to the devil. They have sold their thinking to the devil. What good thing will you expect from them to do to you? We need to pray that those that don't have the fear of God should not come our way. Those that want to take advantage of us will never, on heaven, on earth, near our way, because they are heartless. Let me continue reading. Isaac asked his son, "How did you find it so quickly, my son?" You see, he wanted this boy to work hard. He wanted him to target his mission, get it, and come. Then he will release the blessing. Every hard work deserves a blessing. Every hard work. If you read it from verse 4, okay, verse 2, Isaac said, I am now an old man and don't know the day of my death. Now then, get your equipment, your quiver and bow, and go out to the open country and hunt some wild game for me. He wanted him to go to the open country. He wanted him to go and work hard. He wanted him to go and get that thing, to put effort. Because the dad know it will not be easy. But Jacob has come in a tricky way, and he was asking, how is it that easy? How is it that quick for you? Because we all know that every hard work deserves a blessing. Every hard work deserves pay. Every hard work deserves nourishment. It deserves supernatural blessing from man, from woman, not betraying, not pain. You can imagine Isaac going to that open country. We don't know how many hours it took him to get to the open country. We don't know how many hours it took him to hunt for that animal, to do the gaming and get the father that animal, the game that the father wants, and bring it back home. He didn't take it easy. It was not easy for him. And he came back, and the blessing was gone. The blessing was not there. because somebody else stole it. A lot of people are making it. Why? Because they are doing it in a clandestine way. They are making it in a stolen way. And some of us that are working hard are looking at them, are jealousing them, are saying, oh, I wish I could be this. I think, how is it that this person, these are easy for him? Things are easier for him. What about me that is working hard? Somebody have killed a goat on your behalf in order to punish you. Somebody have had the conversation of your greatness and they stop it. That's why you need to pray that whatever good thing or anything good that is coming your way, may God shut the ears of evil listeners. Because it's very painful when you work hard, at the end you have nothing to show for it. A lot of people work hard in anywhere around the world, even Africa, in Europe, in anywhere, but they have nothing to show for it. Others are eating the blessings of others, and it's not the right way. Let me go further. He went to his father. And said, my father. Yes, my son. He answered, who is it? Okay, I started very far. Let me read verse 20. Said, Isaac said, ask his son, how did you find it so quickly, my son? The Lord your God gave me success, he replied. That was the reply Jacob gave to his father. The Lord your God gave me success. So he knows that the father have God. He knows that anything the father has God, and anything that he go with the name or the God of his father, it will be successful. But the mother, which God is the mother serving? If she can kill a goat, in whose name she killed a goat and get the skin to give to Jacob, and she made Jacob to lie. A lot of parents cover up for their children. A lot of parents teach their children how to lie. A lot of children support their children when their children are doing evil. One day I went to shopping. I just watched this scenario. I shook my head. Some parents, they enable or they encourage their children to do a lot of evil, and they will never know it will boomerang one day. What happened? These parents, they went to H&M to buy some clothing. They went inside. They couldn't afford it. They set the price and they went outside. What did they do? They asked the children to go and take some stuff, to go and steal some stuff. And those children took it out outside and give to their parents, and their parents pocketed it. And when the security wanted to talk, he was saying, it's just a child, it's just a child. It's just a child. You can see how some parents engineer their children to do evil. The mother of Jacob engineered him to do evil, and he came to lie to the father. Let me quickly read and round up. Then Isaac said to Jacob, come near so that I can touch you, my son, and know whether you are really my son or my son Esau or not. The father wanted to confirm, but because he was an old man, he couldn't. Then Jacob went close to his father, who touched him and said, the voice is the voice of Jacob. You see, he couldn't trick the father. He couldn't change his voice. These days they change voice, but that time there's no way he could change voice. That's why the father asked him to come closer so that he can check. If you deceive me with your voice, will you deceive me with your hairy skin? But they never knew. He never knew that the mom has killed the goat. So he did not recognize him, for his hands were hairy like those of his brother Esau. So he proceeded to bless him. Are you really my son Esau? He asked. The father asked because the father don't want to betray his son. The father don't want to be in a position that he made his child, his son, sad. The father asked. Some parents do ask. When they see something that doesn't belong to their children, they do ask questions. Where did this thing come from? But I'm only some children these days, they're very tricky. They will lie to their parents. I got it from here, I got it from here. But some parents will know that this thing, I didn't buy it for you. How did you get it? But some parents, they never care to ask their children, how did this thing came about? I couldn't afford this for you. How did you get it? Some parents don't care to know how their children get anything. As far as it is in their children's possession, they don't care. But they don't know what a child hides from the parents will eventually be settled by the parents. They don't know that one day they will need them to come and attest for that child if you know what is going on. There are some people that are being in their home, police will burst into their home. Why? Because their children were doing something and their parents did not stop them, or they didn't care to know what this child is doing. Let me quickly round up. So he went to kiss him. When Isaac caught the smell of his clothes, he blessed him and said, a lot of blessing. But I want to read where verse 30. He said, after Isaac finished blessing him, and Jacob had scarcely left his father's presence. Scarcely, he was almost caught. God even helped him. He too prepared some tasty food and brought it to his father. Then he said to him, my father, sit up and eat some of my gain, so that you will give me your blessing. His father Isaac asked him, who are you? The father became confused. What is going on? He's asking, who are you? Then Isaac trembled violently and said, the guy became confused. How can you send me an errand? You sent me to go into open country. Do you know where it's open country? Do you know how many minutes it will take me? Many hours. And I'm coming back and asking me, who am I? And he was flabbergasted. He was confused. He said violently and said, who was it then that hunted? Okay, it was Isaac that was even asking. Sorry, it was Isaac that was asking violently. Because he doesn't understand what is going on. That means, how can the children come and trick him? How can the children trick him? Meaning that something is going on in this house and I don't know about it. And that was what exactly happened. His discussion he discussed in the bedroom with his son was overheard. By who? By his lovely wife. I never knew that the wife is capable of doing that. So who was it then that hunted him and brought it to me? I ate it just before you came, and I blessed him, and indeed he will be blessed. The blessing was given to him. The father was not saying it. Who was this? There are some parents that care to ask. They care to find out what is going on. But some, they don't care. It's none of their business. They don't care. It's none of their business. Whatever you are doing, it's up to you. But this one, Isaac was prudent to ask. Isaac was, in the Bible says he was violent. He was asking, what is going on here? So does it mean that something is going on under my nose? Because he's blind? So let's read further. When Esau heard his father's words, he burst. When Esau heard his father's words, he burst out with a loud and bitter cry and said to his father, bless me too, my father. Sorry, when Esau started crying, bless me too, my father. You remember that Jacob said, he got the game easily because your Lord, your God gave me success. That was what he said in let me check it. Okay, verse 20. Isaac asked his son, how did you find it so quickly, my son? My son. That one replied, the Lord your God gave me success, he replied. Jacob replied, your Lord your God gave me success. So he knew that his God, whoever his father blessed with the name of his Lord, will be blessed. That is why Esau is not crying. was telling his father, indeed, bless me too. Because he know if he really release the blessing with the name of the God the Father he is serving, he will be over blessed. But what happened? The father, he said, your brother came deceitfully and took your blessing. Deceitfully and took the blessing. That is why some of you, what you discuss in your bedroom, there are some people that will come deceitfully, overhead it, and will use it to work against you. And you will never suspect that it was this person. A lot of people, their own parents have hurt them. Their own children have hurt them. Their own friends have hurt them. Their own brothers and sisters have hurt them. Why? Because they overheard. The Bible said Rebecca listened to the conversation. And what happened? He told it to Jacob. And Jacob deceitfully came and collected his blessing. We should be careful who is listening to our conversation, because they will deceitfully use it to work against us. And most of us will not even suspect. Most of us will know. And if you react, the Lord will come against you. There are some people, even though when they want to react, the person that deceitfully destroyed them or took their blessing or fought against them will even be fighting them or to be threatening their life. That if you do anything, I will lock you up and throw away the key. And you, because you are poor, because you don't have anything, because you cannot fight for yourself, you cannot even have money to hire a lawyer that will defend you, you can't do anything. There are people that have left matter for God to judge. Why? Because they couldn't fight for themselves. And one thing I like, God might take time, God might have mercy, but when the wrath of God comes, He will not spare you, your children, and your generation to get to fourth generation. That's why you need to be careful who you are deceiving. You need to be careful what you are doing. When you feel that you are very deceptive, you are very intelligent, you can deal with people, you can deceive people, be very careful, because when the nemesis will come, when the problem will come, your body cannot contain it, because it will be too hot for you. So let me quickly round up. So Isaac answered, I have made him Lord over you. You see, because he has blessed his brother, he has made him Lord over you. I didn't read the blessing because it was long. So those that are interested, check Genesis 27. Genesis 27 from verse 27 to 29. That is the blessing. The blessing were much of what he gave to Jacob. So he said, when Esau heard his father's word, he burst out with a loud voice, with a loud and bitter cry, and said, bless me too, my father, brother. But he said, your brother came deceitfully and took your blessing. Esau said, isn't he rightfully named Jacob? That is the second name he has taken. Advantage of me. You see, he took my birthright. He had deceived him before. And now he has taken my blessing. Then he asked the father, haven't you reserved any blessing for me? He was just asking if there's any little blessing. He was asking if there's anything for me. Isaac answered Esau, I have made him Lord over you, and have made all his relatives his servant, and I have sustained him with grain and new wine. So what can I possibly do for you, my son? He has given him everything he knew he can give to his son as a blessing. So what is left? Nothing. That's why when your parents curse you, you go far. When your parents curse you, nobody on earth can override that curse. So that's why we need to be careful how we offend our parents. But I also said there are some parents that bring problems to their children. Like this one, it was his own mom, Rebecca, that brought problem to him, that brought him bitter tears. The Bible said Isaac cried with bitter tears. He cried bitterly. He said in verse 34, Esau, sorry, I'm saying Isaac, Esau, the Bible said when Esau heard his father's voice, he burst out with a loud and bitter cry and said to his father, bless me too. His own mom made him to cry bitterly. It was his own mom that was his problem. A lot of us, our relatives are our problem, our parents are our problem, our sisters are our problem, our husband are our problem, our wife are our problem, our children are our problem. That is why when you have something important to discuss, look around you and know how you discuss it. They said words has ear. Just discussion that was discussed in the bedroom secretly, someone heard it, someone close by. A lot of us, our close by relatives have made us cry bitterly. Our close by relatives have brought bitter tears, loud outcries of our voice. The people have cried, opened their mouth wide to cry, to shout, bitter tears. Some people have even died. Why? Because of what close relatives have done. That is why when good things are coming our way, we should know who we are discussing it with. We should know how we say it. We should know who we are telling it to. Because some people, their mind is something else. Their mind is something else. Then, let me read 38. I think I will round up here. Esau said to his father, do you only have one blessing, my father? Bless me too, my father. Then Esau wept aloud. Why? Because he knew the God of his father. Because he knew when Isaac prayed, God hears. When Isaac prayed, God gave him success. When Isaac opened his mouth to bless him, his God will hear it and bless him. That is why Isaac was crying. Is there not even one? Meaning that one blessing can change somebody's life. But the father released a lot of blessings upon the life of Isaac. And from that day, what did the father do? The blessing he blessed Jacob, he reversed it. I pray for you as I pray for myself. Our blessing will not be reversed. Our life will not be reversed. Our destiny will not be reversed. Our going forward, any good thing coming our way will not be reversed. Listen to what Isaac said. His father Isaac answered him, your dwelling will be away from the earth's richness. Can you imagine? Your dwelling will be away from the earth's richness. If your dwelling is away from the earth's richness, what are you living for? This is the pain that his own mother caused him. His own mother brought curse upon his life. His own mother made his father to curse him. Parents, please be careful. I know some children their attitude will make us to cry some secret tears. But be careful. Because whatever you do to your children, it lasts longer time on their life. It lasts longer time on their life. Then listen to what Isaac said again. He said, away from the dew of heaven above. From the dew of heaven above. And you know, some of us want to pray that may heaven bless you. So this one now, his blessing is away from the dew of heaven. If heaven did not open for you or bless you, what are you not living for? Even rain, we regard the rain as blessing. If rain did not fall, we can't eat, meaning that he would die of poverty. This is what his own mom caused him. close relative. Why? Because she overheard her father discussing with him to go to open country, go and work hard and bring home, go and be successful, target your blessing, aim it, get it and bring home, let me bless you. And the mother said, what? You want to have blessing over my living body? And the mother worked against him. A lot of our families have worked against us. Some of you listening to me now, check around you.